Brené Brown is a researcher and professor at the University of Houston, best known for her work on vulnerability, courage, shame, and empathy. With a PhD in social work, Brown has over 20 years of research in these areas and is the author of bestsellers that explore personal growth and the impact of emotions like shame and fear in our lives. I Thought It Was Just Me, But It Isn't focuses on the effects of shame and how it influences us. Brown described shame as a universal emotion that shapes who we are, but also one of the most destructive when misunderstood or untreated. In the book, she explores how identifying and confronting shame can lead to a fuller and more authentic life based on vulnerability and genuine connection with others. The book's main practical lessons include the importance of recognizing shame, distinguishing between shame and guilt, and understanding that vulnerability is not a weakness but a foundation for courage and self-esteem. Brown also provides strategies to cultivate empathy and create a culture of understanding around ourselves and those around us. The central message of I Thought It Was Just Me, But It Isn't, is that shame can be disarmed through empathy, self-compassion, and vulnerability. This book is for anyone who feels trapped by societal expectations or struggles with their deepest emotions. It helps address issues of self-esteem, anxiety, and loneliness by offering ways to cultivate more authentic relationships. To conclude, here are the 5 main lessons you will learn from I Thought It Was Just Me, But It Isn't, by Brené Brown. Shame is universal, but we can learn to deal with it. Brown explains that everyone experiences shame, but the key is learning to recognize it and not let it define who we are. The importance of empathy. She shows how empathy, both toward ourselves and others, is essential to disarming shame and creating genuine connections. Vulnerability is the foundation of courage. Contrary to popular belief, Brown argues that being vulnerable is not a sign of weakness but of strength. Vulnerability is essential for building self-confidence and healthy relationships. Shame and guilt are not the same. Brown draws a clear distinction between these two feelings, showing that shame is more devastating as it attacks our identity, whereas guilt relates to our actions. Building shame resilience. She teaches how we can develop skills to recover from feelings of shame, fostering a stronger mindset to face emotional challenges. The psychology behind the book. The techniques in this book are based on humanistic psychology, particularly Carl Rogers' concept of self-actualization and empathy. The central idea of this approach is that everyone has the potential to live a full and meaningful life, but it requires creating an environment of unconditional acceptance and understanding. Brown's work also resonates with positive psychology, which encourages cultivating virtues and emotions that lead to well-being. This approach is highly relevant to the book. Brown uses empathy as the key tool for dealing with shame and encourages readers to pursue self-actualization by embracing their vulnerabilities. This approach helps people create deeper connections with others and themselves, promoting a more emotionally balanced life. This was our summary of I Thought It Was Just Me, But It Isn't, by Brené Brown. We hope it helped you.